Hi everyone, so about week 41, and for this week I'm using the October cut aparts from my Simple Stories Hello Today collection, which is my second to last collection. I've only got December left now, and then that is that collection done, which I'm very excited about. And then obviously for 2025 I can start a new one. So yeah, that's the sort of things that really sort of satisfy me, getting these things done. Again, for the 25 collection, I don't have all the months because I think I've used January and I've used May already. So there will be some missing, but it means that that collection is going to get used up basically. So I'm really excited to start 2025. I love starting a new project life, and I know I shouldn't be thinking about it just yet. We're still in October, but it's very exciting to think about starting fresh and seeing where that year is going to take you. And I'm still undecided about which binders that I want to use. Anyway, that's 2025. So for this week, I did not have enough cut aparts at all. I had 4 3x4s and then just the 2 6x4s, which is the one I'm going to use for a title, and then obviously the October one. But the 3x4s, I only had 4, so I had to use only 2 on each layout, which left me a lot of gaps. So I was on the mission this week I knew I was going to use this collection, so I was on a mission to take as many photos as I could in order to fill the gaps really. And it come out really nicely. Like sometimes I feel like I'm forcing it if I'm having to take load of photos. Sometimes you want it to be natural and it's photos that you've taken naturally rather than thinking about your project life. But actually this week turned out really nice, and I like the sort of photo heavy of it. So yeah, I actually really enjoy it. So I'm just using the first cut apart at the top. It's going to be a couple more pictures that Joe gave to me when he was away on his stag do. So this was the Sunday, and it's just a picture of the group of them. And I'm going to use some of the label stickers, stamps, my Ellie Studio label stamps, so I can write on there, because the cut aparts, I think I've got one cut apart that has, journal area. But the rest don't really have anything. So I'm going to use some of my stamps in order to write a bit on. And I'm going to use these larger pumpkin sequins that I had in my Halloween box. Just because it is October, there isn't much Halloween theming on these cut aparts at all, but it's obviously orange, so I can go along with that. And I'm using this washi tape that's the checkered one, and I have been using this in my Romania album. So I've actually got through so much washi tape for my Romania album. I think I pulled out about 10, and I think I've used at least sort of 7 of them, which is good, but it's also bad because it's all my Halloween washi tape. So I'm going to have to try and invest in some more Halloween tape for next year, because I don't think I've got much left at all. So I'm just trying to organise myself. So that sort of top line, as I said, was just all about Joe and his stag do. But the middle line, I actually took myself to Manchester on the Wednesday, I think, and I was on a bit of a mission to do some shopping for Japan. So Japan's really hard to pack for. We're going in there autumn, but that doesn't mean it's going to be cold, but it also doesn't mean it's going to be warm either. It can be either one day it's like 24 degrees, and then the next day it's 17, and that's quite a big jump as to what you're going to wear and things. So I really needed some really good walking trainers that are also nice walking trainers, not like hiking shoes, ones that are sort of comfy but a bit fashionable, basically, that I can wear with jeans. So I managed to find some in Manchester, and I bought some jumpers and stuff like that as well. But one of the really exciting things that I got, and you saw them in my haul recently, I got some Japanese stickers and stuff, but I also got my stamp book, which was that little Fuji notebook, and I'm so excited to use that for all the stamps I'm going to collect in Japan. So yeah, those came from my trip from Manchester. The photo next to it is a picture of Manchester sort of High Street. They have these lovely sort of like trees that line down the high street, but they had all pumpkins in them, so you can barely see them, but obviously closer up they're little pumpkin heads in the trees, and I just thought they was adorable, so I wanted to include that because obviously it's October. And then down the bottom in the 6x4 is a picture of the I can't think what it's called now, the Arndale Centre in Manchester, which is where pretty much most of the shops are. So I went quite early and on a weekday, so I managed to get quite a chilled experience compared to the weekends. I've only ever been to Manchester on the weekends, and it's absolute chaos. It's so busy. So it was quite nice to go on a weekday and early, so that I was pretty much done by lunchtime. So that meant I can, disappear when it's getting a bit busier. So yeah, I just took a picture from like the top floor in the Arndale Centre of all the shops and things to go in there. Then the other pocket, I'm going to use that journal card with the number 10 on there that I can obviously write a little bit about. This goes a little bit backwards, so I wanted to include all the Manchester photos all together, but I also wanted to include sort of, Joe's side of things together as well, so that's why it's a little bit backwards. So that photo on the right is a very dark photo of the train station. I picked up Joe from the train station about 11:30 at night on the Monday when he got back. Again, he had a really stressful travel day back. Their flight was delayed. They actually ended up on being on 2 different flights. Half the party were on one and half the party were on the other. Luckily, Joe was on the earlier one, but it got delayed, and then there was quite a few trains cancelled from London. So yeah, he didn't get back into up north until 11:30 at night, and he had work the next day. But the people on the later flight, some didn't get back in until 2 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, it was a long travel day for them. So he was absolutely shattered when he got back. But that's just a picture of me waiting outside the train station. I was very excited to see him. I thought I'd take a picture of that for me to go pick him up. And I also had a very long night as well. So I picked him up at 11:30, and then I was getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning in order to buy some train tickets, which I couldn't avoid really. I had to get up at them because I was very keen to get a certain carriage on this train for Japan. So I was up at 2 o'clock in the morning, and then I had to go back to sleep and get up at 6 to go into the office. So I was really tired. I wasn't a very good night's sleep at all, but it was fine. I survived. And then the cutter parts are going to go down the bottom. So I actually, when I work from the office, I start off at home and then I work on the train to the office, and then obviously I carry on working in the office. And it's doable. I mean, the connection's really not great, but it's just, I don't know, I wanted to include that sort of change. I was never able to do that. When I first started my job, it was purely in the office. We didn't have laptops or anything like that. Once you walked away from work, you couldn't do anything because you didn't have the facility to do it. But now that we have this, it's like a hybrid sort of thing, and it's just I don't know, it just works really nicely that I don't have to be in the office for 7 o'clock in the morning. I can start off at home and then get on a later train and work from there to sort of make up time, and I just think that's so much better. I used to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning every morning, and then I wouldn't get back until about 4, sometimes about 4:30 back home. So I was out the house for 12 hours each day, and I used to do 7-day stretches as well, so it was a long time and very draining. So working from home for me personally is a lot better for my sleep and work-life balance. But anyway, so I just took a picture of that because I thought it was just one of those moments where you think, I can't believe I actually work from home now. And then I included the calendar next to that. And this is where I went wrong. So you can see me trying to cover up. I stamped week 42, even though you can see my piece of paper next to me. That is the calendar. That's my year. That tells me the week number and the dates. And I still stamped 2. I don't know why. I don't know what was going through my mind. So I had to put a little white piece on top of it and stamp it. It's fine. It's in person, it's a little bit noticeable because it's actually like a cream background, but it really doesn't bother me. I just thought I'd rather that than waste the card or anything like that. I didn't have another card to put in, so there was nothing else I could have done really, but it's just one of those things. I very rarely do that, so I'm not going to beat myself up about it, but I'm just going to stamp the dates in the corner. And the only other thing I decided to do was the one sticker left from the sticker sheet, which had the October date, so I just thought I'd stick it on there just to use that up. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this part, and I'll be back soon. Bye.